Welcome. Let's take a look at one example where we can use exponential decay functions. In this scenario, let's consider a new car that is selling for $18,000 and it depreciates in value of 25% each year. The first thing that we want to do, we want to write down a function that will model the value of the car. When we look at the description of the problem, we have the word depreciates, which means that it's lowered in value. Then that's an indicator that we're going to consider an exponential decay function. Let's start by writing down the standard form of an exponential decay function. We will have y equals the starting value times the rate that we are decreasing raised to the x. Now let's look into the problem and let's try to figure out what was the value that we started with and what was the rate that we were decreasing by. In our first line, we are given that we started with the value of $18,000. So let's put that in our equation. So now let's think about how we can find the rate of decrease, and let's just plug it in here in our equation. Well, we have this information here. It depreciates in value by 25% each year. The first thing that we would like to do, let's look at this percentage and convert it in decimals. One way to do this is to get the value of the percentage, which is 25, and we will divide it by 100. That is going to give us a decimal of 0.25. But 0.25 is not the value that we will place in our equation. We have to understand the scenario. To find the rate of decrease, we're going to start with a value of 1, and then we're going to subtract decimal representation of the depreciation, which is 0.75. Now this is the value that we can consider as the rate of decrease. And now we have an equation that we can use to represent the scenario that we were given. So now we can answer part B. We would like to find the value of the car after 4 years. In our equation, this variable that we had, it's a placeholder for the years. So if we want to figure out what is the value after 4 years, we have to assign a value of 4 to the variable of x. So now let's do that. Let's go to our equation and let's substitute the value of x with 4. And now we can use our graphing calculator to find this value. And now to access the exponential button, we can find it here underneath the clear button. And now we have our result. After 4 years, the new price is $5,695 with approximately 31 cents. Now let's visualize the situation with a graph. We said that we had an exponential decrease function. And we said that we had a starting value of 18,000. So the y-intercept can be seen as 18,000. And when we look at this value 4 years after, the new value was approximately 5,695. Hello. If you would like to continue learning about mathematics, you can check out the videos on the left.